What if I told you there's a move on the table that flips Detroit's secondary from duct tape to playoff ready, without burning a first-round pick, without begging anyone for mercy, and without waiting for maybe next week health reports? What if the timeline wasn't someday, but right now? And the guy fits exactly what Aaron Glenn asks his outside corners to do when games get tight and quarterbacks get greedy. You feel that pit in your stomach, right? That mix of curiosity and no way to actually pull this off. Good, because the noise you've been hearing all week about scans, timelines, activations, elevations, day-to-day, week to week, there's a door all those words are hiding. And behind that door is a veteran who's made January feel shorter for teams that know how to play chess in October. Here's the promise we're going to walk through. The why now, the cap math without the headache, the scheme fit in real English, the ripple effects for the room, and the risk profile. We're going to talk snaps, not vibes, leverage, not hopium. And yes, we'll address the part you're yelling at your screen about, price, roll, and how this move ages when the young guys heal up. You're watching Lions News Fan Report. Drop a quick one pride in the comments. Hit subscribe so you don't miss the next roster twist. And let's get to work. Let's start with the reality you can see from the 300 level. Bodies down, reps thin, stress high. The Lions built actual depth at corner. Then football did what football does, nicked, tweaked, and sidelined the guys you penciled in for heavy minutes. The calendar doesn't care. Cincinnati didn't care. Nobody is sending flowers because your outside corners are rehabbing in hoodies. Depth chart today? It's a skeleton crew that fights like crazy but lives on tightrope snaps. You've got pros doing pro things, competing, tackling, communicating, but the margin for error is a post-it note. One more walk to the blue tent, and you're asking special teamers to play hero ball on the boundary. That's not sustainable in a league where every OC studies your weak link like it's a coupon code dot. So what are the paths? You can promote from within and pray the rookie learning curve doesn't bend you in half. You can poach a practice squad name and hope the flash becomes function in 2 weeks. You can swing big on a trade and watch draft capital drift away like your favorite hoodie in the dryer at college. Or you can go get someone who knows the job on a Tuesday and plays the job on Sunday. Here's the quiet part that isn't quiet anymore. There's a specific veteran profile that makes the most sense. Length, route recognition, off-zone eyes with the patience to not bite cheese. Red zone savvy, a guy who's seen the concepts we're about to see, who won't panic when teams spam digs and crossers on money downs. Someone who doesn't need a menu to find the bathroom in split safety looks. All right, you waited. Paragraph 10. Let's talk plainly. James Bradberry to the Detroit Lions. That's the move on the table. The archetype you asked for. The tape that says October help, January value. We're talking a big stage vet with real ball production in his past. A press bail technician who thrives when he can read through. No, one to the quarterback and break on throws like he's got the call sheet. You don't bring him in to win the 40-yard dash in shorts. You bring him to win 3rd and 7 when Ford Field feels like a jet engine. Scheme first, because fit beats vibe. Aaron Glenn toggles between man and match principles that ask outside corners to survive on an island, then pass off work in traffic with their eyes alive. Bradberry's comfort in off-man, quarters, and cover 3 match is the lever here. He'll lose a foot race to a track star in June. In October, with leverage, help, and film, he'll turn your favorite timing route into a tip drill. He's the guy who plays through the catch point, not just to it. Roll clarity matters. In the immediate, he stabilizes the boundary so you're not living in nickel purgatory. He lets Avante be Avante inside, keeps Rock from having to be Superman every snap, and buys the room time while the rehab guys get right. When the young studs return, you're not stuck. You're flexible. Bradberry can start, spot, or rotate matchup-wise. Want to live in big nickel on early downs and spin late? Cool. Need a veteran to handle the crafty WR2 while you funnel the track star? Also cool. Now let's talk price like adults. This is not a shove a 3-year deal across the table situation. This is 1 year, prove it, playoff weighted incentives, easily digestible base. Maybe a couple of void years if you want to be cute with proration. Cash commitment? Manageable? Cap hit? Even more manageable. You're not touching the core. You're not sending future picks into the ocean. And you're not waking up in March wondering why you can't afford your own guys. Timeline? Fast. The beauty of the veteran market is you can get a guy in, give him a trim menu for week 1, then layer in the rest. Day 1. Installs, language, alerts. Day 3. Red zone calls. Day 5. Third down menu. By the next Sunday, he's not a tourist. He's the adult in the room, and the room plays like it knows somebody is steering. Let's be honest about risk, because there's always a bill. Age doesn't give discounts, and every rep is a negotiation with time. If you're expecting 2019 juice, that's on you. But if you're asking for angles, eyes, and outcomes tackled the flat, deny the glance, force the check down, live to see the punt, then the calculus works. Especially when you've got a pass rush that can make quarterbacks say, "Fine, I'll throw it now," instead of, "Let me wait a beat for that comeback to mature." Culture check. Because Detroit doesn't do rentals who play tours. This locker room doesn't need speeches. It needs people who do their job and make the guy next to them calmer. Bradbury's rep is a pro's pro. Show up, study, communicate, compete. You're not asking him to wear a cape. You're asking him to be the seatbelt in a car you're driving fast. Roster ripple effects. You'll feel immediately. Fewer emergency snaps for guys out of position. Cleaner safety fits because the corner isn't over-levered. And a defense that can call what it wants instead of what it can survive. That means A gets back to dictating again, leveraging simulated pressure without selling the farm. Spinning late without praying your outside guy wins a blind foot race. Let's zoom out to the thing that actually matters. January. Every contender's defense has 2 or 3 downs a game where the whole season tilts. Do you have the adult who turns a quarterback's best ball into 2nd and 10? Or do you have the almost that becomes 7 points and 1,000 think pieces on Monday? Veteran corners don't guarantee rings, but they make coordinators greedy, and greedy coordinators give you picks. Could Detroit go trade for a headline name? Sure. Could they poach a practice squad rocket and hope he doesn't crumble when teams spam slant flat on loop? Also yes, but this front office has built a rep on reasonable bets with playoff upside. This is the exact shape of that move. Low cost, real snaps, limited downside. And the kind of experience that calms a sideline when the game gets stupid. Now. Receipts time. Is this a signed, sealed, delivered fact or a live wire in the rumor mill? It's a developing, credible path that makes football sense, and it's being treated as a strong possibility, not a press release. In other words, the talk is real enough to break down, but until pens hit paper, it's a speculation grounded in need, fit, and market. So I'm throwing it to you. Would you do it? 1 year. Playoff incentives. Snap count escalators. Yes or no? Who sits when the room is healthy? Do you prioritize veteran eyes now or keep riding the internal carousel and pray for quick returns? Be specific in the comments. Role, package, and the number you be comfortable with. If you had to choose between a stopgap vet and sending a day 2 pick for a name, where do you land? Here's where I land. My opinion, this is the right kind of aggressive. You're not mortgaging the future. You're buying clarity for the present. For a team with real January ambitions, that's the move. And yes, this is speculation.